Y'all, I read this question and I had to respond. Here's the question. I cheated and my man acted like it was no big deal. Should I be worried?
I blew up my life 2.5 years ago. After a year of telling my husband that I was not happy and us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce, I just decided one day that that was that. I was gonna leave. And I packed a suitcase and I left. And for those of you that have also done this, I wonder if you have any regrets.
I've been dodging an absolute bullet in this situation, man. I cannot tell you how often this happens, man. Women out here after 10, 15, 20 years, after 1 year sometimes, I'm just not happy anymore. She's not for you, G. If she's gonna be threatening divorce, she never was for you in the first place, man. You know, find a wife who's gonna work through those hard times with you, man. You know, it is so important. People don't realize how important it really is to find the right partner, man. A lot of men out here just settling with women that they know are not gonna be good for them long term. Oh, marriage will change it. It's not gonna change it, man. You know, you need to leave, get your ass in the gym, and do what you need to do to better yourself and let God handle the rest. That's what I realized, man, is that God has complete control over everything. I talk to God about everything. I talk to God about all my problems. I go through the Lord, man. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Stop trying to handle these situations by yourself. Just do what you need to do every day to become a better man. You know, are you in the gym? Are you starting that business? Are you doing what you need to do? Because most of your answers are probably going to be no. So get your ass up every single morning, set that damn alarm clock, and do what you need to do to change your life. That's it.
She spent a year saying she wasn't happy, constantly threatening divorce, acting like the marriage was prison. And then one random day, she just walked out. No explanation, no final conversation. Just packed her things and vanished. And now she wants sympathy? Now she's confused about why her life feels empty? Listen, when a woman chooses to burn down a home that a man was still fighting to protect, she's not strong, she's reckless. And when the dust settles, the silence she created becomes her loudest regret. Women may regret separation or divorce for several reasons, including emotional attachment, loss of identity, concerns about children, financial struggles, social stigma, and unrealistic expectations about post-divorce life. Some also feel regret when reflecting on the relationship over time, especially if they feel they could have done more or see their ex move on quickly. A weak support system or personal growth that brings awareness of past mistakes can also contribute to feelings of regret. But to avoid those feelings, they just get on with any man that gives her attention for getting men, take advantage of such women at such vulnerable situations. It's a sad fact. Men will sacrifice everything for their family. A woman will sacrifice everything for her happiness. Biggest regret is not understanding female hypergamy. When I was younger, her husband gave her stability. He gave her time, effort, loyalty, all the things she now realizes are hard to find. But back then, it wasn't enough. He wasn't exciting enough. He wasn't dramatic enough. He wasn't giving her the emotional roller coaster she confused for love. So she claimed she was unhappy, never explained why, and then finally left like the marriage was some phase she could just walk out of when she got bored. And now, years later, you can see it. She's not thriving. She's not glowing. She's not elevated. She's alone. And it's starting to sink in that he wasn't the problem. She was. It was all about how she felt, what she wanted, what she thought she deserved. And when she didn't get the fairy tale she made up in her head, she discarded a man who was willing to work through the tough times. That's not empowerment. That's emotional immaturity. Because real maturity is staying when it's hard. It's communicating, compromising, and building to the struggles, not quitting the moment things aren't perfect. Because the men she thought were waiting on the other side don't want to build. They don't want to invest. They don't want to love her through her chaos. They're not him. And now that he's healed, moved forward, and probably found peace without her, she's left trying to make sense of a decision that only made sense when her pride was louder than her perspective. He deserved better from the start. He deserved honesty. He deserved a partner who fought for the relationship, not one who kept threatening to leave just to feel powerful. He deserved someone who valued the home they built, not someone who threw it away like it was nothing. And the pain she's dealing with now, that's not something he caused. That's the way of her own choices, choices she can't take back. Because once a man learns how to live without the woman who gave up on him, he never goes back. If she says she's unhappy but won't do the work to fix it, if she keeps talking about divorce like it's an option instead of failure, if she treats your loyalty like a guarantee, understand she's not in it for the long haul. And when she leaves without a real reason, don't blame yourself. Don't chase her. Don't try to make sense of nonsense. Just let her go, and let her learn that walking away from a solid man is one of the worst decisions she'll ever make.
So I just watched a video where a woman says that she left the men that she loved for the men that she deserves. And I just want to say, I find it very interesting that all these women are out here leaving what they describe as a good man, a loyal man, a faithful man, a man who has been good to them, who loves them, because they say he doesn't make enough. It all comes down to money. We know that because when you start talking about what it is that you deserve, you're not talking about a better man. You're talking about a man who has more money, a man who can provide the quote unquote lifestyle that you feel you and your future, not even existing, future children deserve. I find it very interesting, and I'm highlighting and focusing on some words here because I want you guys to understand that when you spend time with someone, when you spend years with someone who believes that they are pouring into you and that they are being poured into, who believes that they are growing with someone. This woman said she was with this person for 10 years and decided to leave him. I find it so interesting, and I want you to understand that when you find that man you believe you deserve, and he turns around and he does the same thing to you, it will be what you deserve. When he leaves you high and dry, because it was never about love, and instead it was about the tangible things, and when you no longer look how you look, and when you no longer behave how you did pre-children, and he leaves you because there was no feeling or emotion, no commitment to you, there was just a transaction, that will be what you deserve. Period.
This lady here is talking about a video she saw. A young woman walking out on her husband because he wasn't making enough money. That's it. No betrayal. No failure character. The man was working. He was trying. He was building. But because the money wasn't fast enough, big enough, flashy enough, she left. Not because he was bad, but because she believed she could do better. She gave up a good man chasing the illusion of a better lifestyle. That's the mindset breaking families, destroying loyalty, and making modern relationships so transactional they're barely recognizable anymore. She left a husband, not a boyfriend, not a situationship. A man she stood beside and made vows with because she wanted more. More what? More handbags? More vacations? More social media clout? She threw away love, structure, and security for the possibility of luxury. And let's not get it twisted. What she really wanted was status, not substance. She was willing to leave a man committed to her, present with her, trying for her, because he didn't provide the fantasy lifestyle she thought she deserved. And now she's out here thinking the next man will give her more just because she showed up? That's not love. That's entitlement. It's crazy how all the women skip this post. The Bible says in the last days people will be lovers of themselves and money. What do we see going on in today's world? She also didn't tell the whole story. I'm sure she let the lifestyles of the TikTok and IG influencers convince her that she deserves to be on vacation all the time and she shouldn't have to do anything she didn't want as social media has these women delusional. I can tell you that it wasn't just about money. Most loyal and faithful men don't lead the most exciting lives according to most world standards. We are considered boring because of our simple, dedicated lives to our family. Most women seek excitement and adrenaline rush love. That's the temporary life. When women go through menopause, their hormones get all messed up and they start thinking weird thoughts. No one deserves anything in life. Only entitled people think they are owed anything from life. She left me for a better lifestyle. Now she will have to watch me give the lifestyle I promise her to another woman. Because he's acting as if a man doesn't realize what's a transactional relationship. So when she answers into that sad relationship in the man that she feels, she deserves to decide to have another transaction relationship with a younger version of her. She's going to feel betrayed and think she'll have access to his money. But men who have that ability financially otherwise cover themselves so she won't even get the money. She thinks she's going to deserve, and then she'll walk around bitter thinking she deserves something when she had what she needed all along in front of her. What women like her don't understand is that a man with good character, work ethic, and loyalty is a high-value man. But she couldn't see that because she was too focused on external status. She thought money made the man, but money without love is cold, and lifestyle without loyalty is empty. She walked away from the one thing money can't buy, a man who was actually there for her. And when that next man sees her mindset, sees her jumping ship over income levels, he's not going to build with her. He's going to use her, then move on. And the man she left, he'll be all right, because good men don't stay down forever. He'll build, not out of revenge, but out of resilience. And when he finally gets to where he was going, it won't be her next to him. It'll be someone who believed in him before the glow-up, not the one who ran at the first sign of struggle. And she'll be left watching from a distance, wondering how she lost something so real chasing something so fake.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
Hypergamy at its finest. She doesn't need him now, but his support and resources were good at some point for her. If she divorced her husband because she was making more money, doesn't that mean she married him because he was making money more before? It's all about the Benjamin's baby. She sounds mad that he's doing better for himself. The husband's success lifts the wife up. The wife's success is a path to a new man. I wonder about one thing she doesn't mention, anything about love. So I'm happy for him because he deserves someone who loves him. She really thought a job title was more valuable than her husband. She really convinced herself that because she got a promotion, she no longer needed a man who had supported her, stood by her, and built a life with her. She left a good husband not because he failed her, not because he was a bad man, but because she started making more money. She climbed a little higher in her career, and suddenly she believed that the man she once said, "I do," to wasn't on her level anymore. So she walked away, full of pride, telling herself she was finally independent. And now she's sitting in silence, full of regret, watching him build a life with someone else, while she has nothing but memories and mistakes. He leveled up. That same man she tossed aside is now providing, leading, and protecting a new family. A woman who saw what she missed out on is now receiving the very love and loyalty she threw away. And now she wants to talk about pain? Now she wants to cry on camera, saying she made a mistake? She didn't lose him because she was blind. She lost him because she got arrogant. She thought his love was permanent. She thought he'd wait. She thought no matter what she did, he'd still be there. So when that promotion came and her paycheck got bigger, she looked at him like he was disposable. This is what happens when modern women confuse success with superiority. She thought a better job made her the leader. She thought a higher income gave her the right to abandon the man who built with her. But success without loyalty is worthless. All the money in the world doesn't warm a bed at night, and now that reality is finally sinking in, she walked away from a real man because she thought she didn't need him. And now that no one else is stepping up the way he did, she's realizing that career wins don't replace committed love. And let's talk about this double standard. If a man left his wife because he got a promotion, he'd be labeled selfish, heartless, disloyal. But when a woman does it, she calls it self-growth. She tells herself she's outgrown the relationship. No, what she did was abandon someone who never stopped loving her, just because she thought a bigger paycheck made her too good for him. And now that he's found someone who values the man he is, not just his income, she's feeling the sting of being replaced. But it's not just about being replaced. It's about being forgotten. Because that man she once controlled emotionally, he's done. He's not bitter. He's not spiteful. He's just finished. And she can't take it. She can't believe that the man who once gave her everything has finally closed the door. That's why she's hurting. Not because he did something wrong, but because he healed and moved forward without looking back. And that's what really breaks her, knowing she can never go back to the version of him that still loved her.
Y'all, I read this question and I had to respond. Here's the question. I cheated and my man acted like it was no big deal. Should I be worried? Well, your girl got an answer for you. Let's get into it, family. The short answer is yes. You should be very worried. There are men that literally don't even like the woman that they dealing with and would still be mad at her being with somebody else. Most men that I know are absolutely territorial. They could just be talking to a girl and got a bunch of other girls on the roster. But that one who's talking to someone else, it kind of bothered them. The only reason why it would not, well, there could be two reasons why it doesn't bother him. Number one, he's really just not that into you. Or number two, he's also cheated. When I say cheated, I mean cheating and has no intention to stop. What you did played into his plan perfectly.
She's asking if she should be worried because she cheated and her man acted like it was no big deal. That's the question. She betrayed him, stepped outside the relationship, broke the trust, and now she's concerned not because she regrets what she did, but because he didn't explode. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He didn't fight to keep her. And now, suddenly, she's uncomfortable. Why? Because the same silence she used a mistake for peace is now screaming the truth she lost in the moment she thought cheating was an option. This is what happens when a woman crosses a line and expects to still be loved the same. She thought he would beg. She thought he would get angry, ask questions, try to compete with the man she gave herself to. But when he did nothing, when he just stood there and said, okay, like it didn't even faze him, that's when the panic set in. Because now she realizes she wasn't dealing with a man who's emotionally weak. She was dealing with a man who had already checked out the moment she disrespected him. And that silence, that wasn't confusion, that was closure. She should be worried. She should be terrified. Because when a man loves you and you betray him, the worst thing that can happen isn't him yelling. It's him going quiet. It means he's done. It means you don't even matter enough to fight for anymore. It means your presence is no longer worth his peace. And the fact that she's just now starting to feel anxiety, that shows this wasn't about love. It was about control. She's not worried because she hurt him. She's worried because she no longer owns emotional space in him. Is either he is cheating or there's a major benefit he gets by being with her. My friend's cheating wife was head of procurement of a company he supplies. He already knew or had a feeling. He'd been gone mentally, emotionally. She just brought the overthinking to reality. A man who acts like you're cheating is no big deal, probably already saw it coming. He already felt the distance, the lack of respect, the shift in your energy. You just confirmed what he already knew. You were never really his. So when she did what she did, he didn't react, because what she destroyed was already broken. And now, she's sitting with the fear of being replaced by a woman who actually knows how to be loyal. She thought she was irreplaceable. She thought she could do whatever she wanted and he'd still be there. But what she didn't realize is that a man's silence after betrayal is the clearest sign that she lost something permanent. He's not angry, he's indifferent. He's not staying up wondering where it went wrong. He's already planning his next move. She's asking if she should be worried? No, she should already be grieving. Because the version of him that cared is already gone, and no apology, no explanation, no fake tears will bring him back. Don't let her tears confuse you. Don't let her questions make you doubt your worth. If she cheats and you choose peace over chaos, silence over drama, that's not weakness. That's power. That's a man who knows what he brings to the table and refuses to sit with anyone who bites the hand that feeds them. Never give energy to a woman who thought you were an option. And when she starts asking if she should be worried, let her find her answers in the silence she created. Fellas, remember this. When a woman cheats and your silence shakes her more than your anger ever could, that means you've already leveled up emotionally. Don't chase closure. Don't explain your worth. Let her sit with the weight of what she lost. If this message hit home, go ahead and like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more. This is the space where men reclaim their voice, their value, and their peace. She made her choice. Now you make yours. Keep your head up, King. Your future doesn't include what disrespected your past.